So
Yeah.
when Holly lived in Waynesbridge, she and Geri were best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Geri was dating an older guy. She was 15, dating an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was the classic, like, hey, if my parents call, like, tell them I'm with you, please cover for me type of thing. One thing we learn about Holly, she's a terrible liar. She should not have been given this job.
No.
So when her parents call, like, hey, like, can you tell Geri this? She's like, oh, yeah, Geri's right here. And she just blows her cover. Her parents
Mm-hmm.
find out about this relationship. So Geri blames Holly for ruining her life. And this
Yes.
is a grudge she still holds, like, as fresh as it just happened.
She holds it dearly. She really is just grasping onto that. She hates Holly.
Yeah, in a way that I'm like, this happened,
What?
like, it seems like a year or two ago.
Right. And like, I mean,
It seems like you're also, like, dating other people now. Like, I don't why?
exactly, like just ruined her life. She just claims this ruined her life. Um, we do have a description for her. She has perfectly blunt cut strawberry blonde hair, a dazzling smile, and creamy skin,
Okay.
which I don't know. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's great that she has this big of an enemy, but it just seems like a stretch. Like, Geri, good Lord, you know.
So Holly is assigned to work in crafts with Deborah, who is, like, an
Mm,
older, more experienced counselor. And Deborah
mhm.
immediately antagonistic towards Holly. She's like, well, do you have experience doing crafts? She's like, no, but I figured I could, like, pick it up. She's like, we'll see about that.
Yeah. I mean, Deborah is darkly tanned with long black shiny hair and braids, and she wears a olive pendant. It's like a jade olive pendant. The thing about Deborah is she just seems committed to misunderstanding Holly. No matter what Holly does, her favorite thing to say to her is, for heaven's sake, Holly, and what have you done? She says it to her several times throughout the whole book, so she does not hates her on, like, immediately, just can't stand her.
Yeah, I would say as you're going through this book, you just feel for Holly because no one is listening to her. No one
No.
wants to give her space to explain her side of anything at all.
No.
Everyone is
No.
just out. They just do not have time for this.
No.
Holly also meets Mick, who is immediately flirty with her, but Holly's conflicted because she's like, I said this was a no boy summer. I cannot be
Yeah.
dealing with this right now.
But he looks like Kevin Bacon, and there's just something dangerous about him.
Mm.
Mhm.
There's also a lot of Friday the 13th references in this
Yeah.
book, and I feel like that's one right there because Kevin Bacon
Yes.
is like the first kill in the first Friday the 13th.
Yes, exactly, which is great. It's like, that's great.
So Holly, after all this, gets back to her cabin, and there's a brown bat flying around, and she is freaking out.
Mm.
Deborah rushes in, and she's like, "Oh my god, why didn't you just get a broom and, like, you know, pound it out, like, scare it out of there? You're useless. Oh my god, like, you need to
Yes.
grow up."
It just feels like everyone in this camp is just gaslighting Holly. Like, how could you not know how to do all these things? Why are you freaking out? I don't know.
Yeah. So all the counselors have to meet at a campfire where Uncle
Mhm.
Bill is going over all the rules. Probably the major rule. Well, there's two major rules. Rule number one, counselors cannot date campers. Okay. Do not even think about it. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
ew, like who is doing that?
Gross, right? Mhm.
Rule number two is like a lights out rule. That's where I get the title from. Like lights out is I think like at 8 for the campers and at 9 for the counselors, or maybe it's 9 for the campers and 10 for the counselors. Anyway, but it's like
Yeah.
no exceptions, even on weekends. Like lights out is lights out. Does anyone in this book follow that?
No,
No.
they're wandering around those woods
Everything
in the
happens like
dark.
everyone is out at night.
Yes.
But while he is going through this, they are interrupted by someone coming out of the woods wearing a hockey mask.
Mm-mm. Dun, dun, dun. It
It's just
is Kit.
It's just a counselor named Kit. He's
Mm.
shy and I guess has a crush on Jerry, is what we have for him.
Yeah, plain-faced, freckles, light blue eyes, and he's our clown. He's our
Mhm.
prankster. There's
Yeah.
always one with R.L. Stein. There's
Yeah.
always
I
gotta
mean,
be one.
also in the Friday the 13th movies, I feel like I was always gotta have one. So maybe he's
Yeah.
following that too.
Yep.
We also meet Sandy, who is a bit shy. And one thing we note about him, that I would say the thing that stood out to me, um, is that he has to come from money
Mm.
because he is wearing, get this, Porsche sunglasses, ones that cost $200, which I am curious, like, what that equates to today.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like
I would guess that would be
$500
at least more than double. So,
So,
he's at this camp and he's wearing these
and yeah,
ridiculous sunglasses.
yeah, so they're like, "Who is this guy?" Like, he is at this woodsy camp wearing designer sunglasses, and it's his first
Yeah.
year there. So, like, no, like, a lot of most of these counselors are returning counselors.
Mhm.
So, Sandy
Mhm.
is a new counselor and Holly is a new counselor. So she's walking back to her cabin after this terrible day and is confronted by Kit, who says that who tells her that since she's so awful to Geri, he's going to be awful to her. And oh my God,
Oh,
he grabs her, pins her arms behind her back.
yeah.
Geri and Mick show up with a bucket of leeches.
Oh,
They knock her in the creek and toss leeches on her. That is assault. That is a crime. You can't do
it's
that.
terrifying. And Jerry, it's like, "You are really unwell." She's like, "How do you like it having your future in someone else's hands?" It's like, "Jerry, you're the one that snuck out to see your boyfriend. It wasn't your friend's responsibility to cover for you."
Yeah.
But she's turned it into this, like, insane enemy situation.
So yeah, here she is, like rolling
Uh-uh.
around in this creek water
Yeah.
with leeches all over her. And
Ugh.
remember, not outdoorsy girl, tender-hearted queen
Mhm.
has to peel these leeches
Oh.
off of her skin. And then she hears someone yelling, "No, please."
Mm.
She finds John by himself.
Right. Right, right,
It's
right.
odd.
Which
Odd.
is
What's he doing now?
strange.
Hmm. She questions him, and he tells her that she better mind her own business or she'll be sorry. My God.
Okay.
Everyone in this camp is fucking awful.
Oh my god, you can't walk a step without banging into someone who's either angry with you or gaslighting you or trying to grab you to kiss you or it's just awful.
You are going to be assaulted or
Yes.
gaslit or who knows what.
Blamed for something.
Uh, she runs into Sandy again, and he's so
Mm.
excited to give her that finalized counselor list for that wilderness hike. So, guess who's
Oh.
joining us? It's Jerry, Mick, and Kit.
Oh dear.
She's
Mhm.
like, God, could this get any worse? Is anything going right at this camp? So she
Mm-mm.
goes to dinner. Holly and Thea are hanging out, and she realizes that she doesn't see John or Deborah anywhere. And Holly's
Mm-mm.
kind of excited. She's like, "Oh, is someone finally doing something wrong? Like, do I finally have the upper hand, Miss Goody Two Shoes Deborah, not at dinner? Let's see where you are."
Oh, Holly.
She's not in her bunk, so Holly decides to
Mm-mm.
go to the arts and crafts building, where she finds there's, like, red all over the floor, and I was waiting for, like, a Fear Street fake out where it's like, "This is the
Paint.
arts and crafts building. It's paint." Guess
Yeah.
what, baby? It's not paint this time. It is blood. Deborah is slumped down over dead on a pottery wheel, and the pressure of her body slumping over the
Oh,
pottery
Jesus.
wheel keeps it turning, and her face is described as being like a mushy pulp.
This is one of the most horrific kills I've read in any book and
Yeah.
any horror.
I would
This
say this is the top Fear Street death so far. This is
this is wild.
and, her olive owl jade pendant is
Yeah.
on, and it's stuck on the wheel.
Ugh.
So, the story is that it was an accident, and, like, obviously, she was doing some pottery, and her necklace got stuck, and it, like,
Yeah,
she got
it
she
fell
died.
out. Yeah, and she
She fell
died.
o into the pottery wheel, I guess. Um,
Horrific.
yeah, so, like, they call help over. This is just ruled a horrible accident.
Mm.
Sure, sure, sure.
But we gotta keep going. We're at camp. It's just gotta keep going. We're here. We're just
Yeah.
gonna stay, and this certainly wouldn't be the straw that broke the camel's back that
No.
Bill would have to close the camp down. Like, what in the world?
So, as we remember, Jerry and Deborah were besties, and Jerry hates
Yes.
Holly. So,
Yes.
Jerry immediately blames Holly for her best friend's death. And to make matters worse, Uncle Bill has to now reassign
Uh-uh.
cabins and shit. So, guess who's in charge of Holly? Jerry. Jerry is the new Deborah. I'm sure that'll be
Yeah.
fine.
And there's something at this point too where Bill's like, "You're the boating counselor now. Deborah was the boating counselor, so now Holly has to be the boating counselor." It's like, does Holly know how to boat? Like,
And
this is
like,
so haphazard.
it's so haphazard, and you had an accident last year, so, like, wouldn't you take extra precautions this year, specifically in
Especially with
boating?
boating. Especially with boating. And okay, well, we can go back to it, but let's just hold that thought about the boating and
So,
precautions.
Holly thinks John did it, but oh yeah, this is she also
Wait,
like breaks
okay.
she breaks into she's like, "No, I need to figure out what's going on. Like I'm suspecting too many of these like boy counselors and
Right.
like they have some suspicious stuff." So
Yeah.
John has like a locked box.
Right, right. Yeah.
Um
Red and black checkered box.
and she's like, "Oh, like I'll just maybe the key is taped under the desk." And she's like, "No, it's not taped under the desk because in the wrong number, the key is taped under the desk." And she's like, "No, not
Oh.
this time." But it's like taped under a slat in the bunk bed. So she is able to like
Mhm.
get into that. And then Mick has red feathers in his room.
Right.
Like he has like a so she's like,
Rattles with
hmm.
red feathers or something. Yeah, some
Yeah.
kinda decoration.
Um then I have here Uncle Bill says the camp is going to close if one more thing goes wrong. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention. So, I think she's interrupted by John, so she's not able to open the
Yes.
box. And he's like, "What the hell are you doing in my room?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't know."
And he accuses her of being a spy for Uncle Bill,
Yeah.
and it's like, "Okay, so you're hiding something." But then at the end of their interaction, he's like, "If you tell anyone about this," it's like, "About what, John? Like, you should tell on her."
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Mhm. So then we have Uncle Bill saying the camp is gonna close if one more thing goes wrong,
I
and
mean,
maybe it should, and refuses to listen to Holly with her feather sabotage theory. He's like, "I'm sorry, someone just died. I literally do not have time for this right now.
no.
Please read the room, Holly. Get out of here."
We need you to go on that hike, canoeing hike, whatever trip, and just shut up.
So we go on the wilderness trip, and this is where we discover why John's been acting so weird. Because I think up to this point,
Mm.
John is number one suspect.
Mhm.
He made that retort about writing letters. He has a locked box. Like he's
He's
just always kind of
cranky.
around. He's angry.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the reason he's being weird is because he's been messing around with a 15-year-old camper, which goes
Mm.
against the rules because he is 18 and this girl is 15. Because he's 3 years older, her parents won't let them date. So they have to meet up at this camp. So it's not the first year they've done this, I guess. This is like their
No.
meetup place.
No, and she says, uh, "I'm really close to my folks. I don't wanna have to choose between them and Johnny." Like, you're 15.
No.
You're okay. You know, this is nuts. Sh
Yeah.
so,
So
okay,
she
so it's not him.
Yeah, I would say and it's, like, very cleanly goes through and was like, "Oh, the reason you heard me yell and I was upset was because we just had a fight." Like, everything is checked off, like, all of these things
Yes.
that made me suspicious, here is the explanation for all of
Yes.
that. So, the
Yes.
locked box is the letters
To
that she wrote
her?
that
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
so
to
I
from her?
from
Yeah.
her, I guess.
But it's like
Um
writing each other letter like, you guys are right there together. What?
Yeah, and so she's like, "I can't with this."
Mhm.
Anyway, Sandy, who again has always been nice, asks her to go
Mm.
canoeing with him, and you know what? She is the new boating instructor, so, like, maybe it would be good for her to, like, know
Boat.
what the boat trail, what the boat, like, thing they're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she starts talking to him, and, this is where we get a very fun revelation where he's just like, "Everyone here is so careless." She's like,
Hmm.
"What do you mean?" "You've been careless too, Holly," he said.
Hmm.
"What do you mean?" she repeated. "I mean that you didn't tell anyone you were coming with me." This is where I was like, "Ugh, no."
Uh-oh, Holly.
For a moment, Holly thought she had misunderstood. "What are you talking about?"
Hmm.
"I said you'd been careless," Sandy repeated slowly. "That you didn't tell anyone you were coming with me." "What's going on?" she wondered. "I didn't tell anyone because you said we'd be back before they woke up." "Sandy, what's wrong?" "Sandy, we're drifting." "Yes,"
Oh.
he agreed. "Sandy, what's wrong? Please tell me you can trust me." "I already told you," he said. "I was careless, and now you've been careless too. That's what happens at Camp Nightwing. People get careless."
Mhm.
"What are you talking about?" Holly still felt uneasy. Was Sandy playing some kind of game with her? "Carelessness," he said. "For instance, Deborah. Deborah was careless."
Mhm.
Maybe she was, Holly said, but I'm still not sure it was an accident, and I don't see how she could have got her pendant caught in that wheel. That
Catch
was
up, Holly.
that was this
Like,
summer,
you're in
Sandy said.
danger.
I was talking about last summer. What do you mean? Last summer, Deborah was careless on a canoe trip. It was a wilderness trip, just like this one. There were 6 counselors and 15 campers, just like this one. 6 counselors and 15 campers left Camp Nightwing for the wilderness. 6 counselors came back, but only 14 campers. All because Deborah was careless.
I'm
It's been Sandy.
the whole time.
And we discover that the camper that died last year was his beloved stepbrother.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
Seth.
Seth.
Which was a strange exchange also during that whole thing where she said something like, he was like, Seth. And she's like, I've never known anyone with that name before. He's like, well, he always hated his name. It's like, geez, what's wrong with the name Seth? That's, I guess, why he called him Chief.
Yeah, that's to explain that
I
angle. There's a lot of like weird stuff where also like later when we tell Uncle Bill, he's like, well, they were stepbrothers. How was I supposed to know? They have different last names. I'm like, it's your job.
everything's explained. Yeah,
It's your
totally.
job to know that.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, this is a very tense exchange as he's like,
Yes.
he is really given the villain speech, and she's like, oh, holy shit, like I'm on a boat with a murderer.
Yeah,
What am
it
I gonna
takes
do?
her a couple beats to realize she's in danger, but she finally
Yeah.
gets there.
Yeah, she does not put the pieces together fast enough
No.
for my liking.
No.
Um, so he like throws a paddle and starts like maniacally laughing,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh my god, like now he doesn't care if we live or die. Like he is truly unhinged." So she takes
Yeah.
her paddle and like is able to knock him out. Like it says he just like falls down to the bottom of the canoe. And then the canoe hits a rock. She goes flying and is like
Yeah.
trying to swim to safety. Eventually she finds um a cave, this cave,
Oh.
and she's like finally like some safety. She gets in and hears hissing because there is a nest of snakes
Oh. In a cave.
in a cave. She sees Sandy again. Somehow he
He
just
made it.
pops up and he's like, "Oh, did you think I was dead?" And she's like, "No, but I thought you were knocked
Yeah, he
out."
calls himself, he's like, I'm a good canoer. I'm a super camper.
That was yeah, that was my favorite. He's like, "I'm a good canoer. I'm a super camper." He's like, "I bet you thought I died. I bet you thought I was a ghost haunting you." And she's like, "No, like I just thought I knocked you out. Like
Yeah,
you were
I didn't think
unconscious."
that.
And he's like, "I bet you did, huh?" Um, so she is able to, in a moment, overcome her phobia and grab a
Oof.
snake and throw it at him.
Mm.
That isn't enough because, like, it turns out Mick was following them and
Mhm.
is there to help her and kind of save the day and
Yeah. This was unclear to
subdue
me, but we've dispatched with Sandy, but he's not dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, and like he's like, "Oh, like I was following you because I felt really bad about the way I've been treating you. So I woke up early and was going to go apologize to you. And then I saw you and Sandy go off together and I
Mm.
decided to follow you." And she's like, "Wait, so you saw all this happen and you didn't do anything?" And he's like, "No, Sandy's a much better canoeer than me, so I had to like really fight to catch up. So I just actually got caught up here now." He's a super
Okay, I
camper,
guess that
okay?
all makes sense. I mean, Sandy is a super camper.
Mick was able to like bring like he like had to carry or like get Sandy back to the campsite
Yeah,
somehow.
somehow.
Um yeah, a faint wail of the siren faded into the distance as the
Mhm,
ambulance took Sandy away from the
mhm.
campsite, away from all of the horrors of the past week. And then we get our like final girl Holly wrapped in a blanket, shivering at the thought of the flashing red light retreat down the long graveled road.
Mm.
And Mick beside her handed her a cup of hot broth.
And Bill says, Sandy will get the help he needs. It's like,
That is the
well,
Fear Street ending every single time where it's like, and what's gonna happen to this person? They'll get the help they need. And I just want to know, I have mentioned this before, is there an Arkham Asylum of like
I
Fear Street villains where they
know
are all getting the help
that
they
they need
need?
after they have killed people in horrific ways.
When the camp bus arrived, Uncle Bill ran to Holly and took her in his arms. He
Mm.
seemed to have aged 10 years in the
Oh.
past day. "How are you feeling, Princess?" he asked. "I'm all right now. What will happen to Sandy?" "He'll get the help he needs." "I just didn't know. Can you imagine he actually killed Deborah? Strangled her. I had no idea." "Seth,
Wow.
the boy who died last year, was his stepbrother. They
Hmm.
had different last names. How could I have known they were related?" "It wasn't your fault," Holly said. "None of it was." "None of it?
None of it.
None of it?"
And Sandy was right. This is careless.
The
This is
police
all very careless.
The police found a stack of letters in Sandy's room. They were all addressed to Chief. Turns out that was Seth's private nickname.
Oh.
"What about the feathers?" "Oh, yeah," Uncle Bill said. "There was a whole stash of them in a box under his bunk. You were right about that after all."
Hmm.
"So it's all over," Holly said, quietly, gratefully. "Yes, maybe now Camp Nightwing can go back to being a happy place again." What? When was
Maybe.
it a happy place?
It's never been.
Mhm. Ugh, and then we get this redemption. "Hey, wait
Mm.
up," someone called. She turned to see Mick hurrying after her. "How are you doing?" he asked. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I am." She smiled at him. "Thanks to you."
So we have Mick, and all I'm going to say is when people show you who they are, believe them.
I know. He said, so, "Aw, shucks," he said with exaggerated modesty. He started to say something else, but a bright green snake dropped out of a tree onto the path at their feet. Why is this place overrun with snakes? Like, where is it? Are we in the Amazon rainforest? Like, what is going
Dropping
on?
from the
Trees.
trees.
"Hey!" He leapt backwards to avoid stepping on it. But Holly bent down, nonchalantly picked up the snake, and tossed it in the woods.
Mm.
"It's just a snake," she said, smiling at him playfully. "Wow, I'm impressed. You've changed, Holly. I think you're catching on to this place." "Yeah, I am," Holly agreed. "And I think from now on, I'm going to like it here." "Me too," Mick said quietly. He put his arm around her, and they wandered happily up the path to their cabins.
So it's day 2 of camp. And now we're just going to go the rest of the summer? I do love how in these Fear Street books that it's like parents are just out of the picture.
Yeah.
So, like, whatever it is, there is like an adult, but that's it. And then this would be a really difficult big deal if someone's face was worn off by a pottery thing in a camp. But we're just going to let's clean up that craft tent and keep going.
I know. There's no trauma counseling, in Fear Street.
No.
Like, I feel like,
No.
first of all, it
Mm-mm.
would camp closed down, everyone goes home, and we call, like, a grief counselor to talk to all the teenagers that had to see their friend's dead
Mhm.
body.
Yeah. But I feel like, we're looking at it through 2025 eyes. I would say, like, as, I'm kind of on the tail end of Gen X. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right. You just keep going.
I guess, and I mean, also 2025 eyes, all these 15-year-olds dating 18-year-old
Dating
boys.
18-year-olds makes me a little nervous,
And I'm like, "I don't."
A counselor with I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm like, "I don't." That's not my favorite.
I don't like it
I
very
don't
much.
love that.
I don't like boys
Um
grabbing girls and getting mad and screaming at them. I don't like any of this stuff. But again,
Yeah, I would say Fear Street, not a series to look to for romantic advice.
definitely not. Definitely
No,
not. It's warning, you know.
absolutely. Um, so I usually have a segment called
This should be open because it's civil rights. This is the 90s.
where we talk about
Love it.
like 90s things. And because we're out in the woods, I feel like there really wasn't a lot, but there
No?
was something I wanted to point out. So Mick is talking about being a huge Friday the 13th fan. And he
Mhm.
says, "It's really exciting," Mick went on. "There's this one scene in the first movie where a camper goes out in the woods alone and she doesn't know the guy with the hockey mask is there and he's got his hatchet." And I would just like to point out that there is no Jason in the first movie. The killer is Pamela Voorhees.
You're absolutely right.
And also, he doesn't get a hockey mask until part 3. So there is no
That
way
is correct.
R.L.
Good
Stein.
catch. R.L. Stein, did you watch the
Yeah.
movies?
Did you not watch Scream? You would have been killed. That's like the trick question he
That's
gives Drew
number
Barrymore.
1. Yep, totally. Oh my good catch. Very good catch. Just making assumptions.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and I did not read any more of the letters to Chief, but um there's like a letter after Deborah dies where it's like I took care of her, and there's like another one
Yeah.
who's catching on. And the letter before Deborah dies, he's like, she's gonna pay. It's a shame because she's kind of cute. So you think something's gonna happen to Holly.
Totally.
You're
But
like, oh
then
my
no,
God,
it's Deborah.
Deborah, who
Yeah.
is cute, but
I'm surprised only one person dies.
I know, but it's worth it. It's a
Yeah,
gruesome
that's
death.
a heck of a death. That is a heck of a death.
And then yeah, for clothes, really other than the $200 Porsche sunglasses and then whoever was wearing the rugby shirt, we don't get much.
No,
I
we
will
really
say,
don't.
on the cover, I would rock this. It's shorts and a red
Absolutely.
hoodie.
I'd wear a rugby shirt and shorts too. I think he has jean cutoffs and a rugby shirt. The
Yeah,
boy, I think that's John. But yeah, this cover is spectacular. This is
it
an
is.
excellent cover.
This is an excellent cover and outfit you would still see today. Cut off shorts and
Yep,
a red zip up hoodie.
100%. Yeah, I think that this is really kind of timeless, this
Yeah.
book. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I think this one it could definitely be adapted. People loved Fear Street 1978. If we go back to Camp Nightwing and just have like a straight Fear Street.
Oh, it would just be wonderful. Because anything at a camp is great. There's a new movie that came out with that kid Finn from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
I think he either wrote or directed it, or maybe he wrote it with a friend. And it's a horror kind of horror comedy based
Oh,
at a camp. And I think that in that vein, if someone were to turn this into kind of a horror comedy like that, it would be great.
it would be. Are you a musical theater person at all?
No, but my kids are. So I'm
Okay.
starting to learn, like I'm starting to get it.
I'm reading a book right now called Showstopper by
Okay.
Lily Anderson, and it is a YA slasher at a theater camp.
Okay. So Max, my oldest, is gonna want to watch or want to read that Showstopper.
And it is so fun. But there's been, yeah, like there was a murder at the camp. It's either coming out this year or has already come out this year. But yeah, everyone's parents are like, no, you need to come home. I'm not going to leave you.
Yes,
And they're all,
exactly.
and the main character is like, no, I'm a senior. This is my last year to like do the summer play and be with like my theater friends before college. You can't take this away from me, mom. I'll stay. I'll be fine.
I feel like that is accurate. I feel like that would be the vibe. Like, I'm not leaving. I have waited all these years to be here for my senior year. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to tell her about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so fun. And I love Lily Anderson. She wrote Undead Girl Gang, which is another one of my favorites.
Okay. All
Yeah, it's
right.
fun.
I'm going to look her up.
I love a summer camp slasher.
It's a perfect setting because, again, no parents, counselors and adults that aren't really very, like, trusted adult like.
Mhm.
They're kind of like, I don't know, too chill for everyone's own good. So
Yeah.
it's the perfect setting for something like this to happen.
Yeah, and it's like these teenagers like yeah, they're like responsible, but this is also their vacation. Like they also want to have a little summer fling. They're going to be a little distracted.
They're going to be wandering those woods at night.
Yeah, everyone.
Up
Okay,
to
we did not
no good.
we did not get into that. There are so many like night walks or like I heard something, so I went out of my cabin and I walked around and ran into Sandy and ran into Kit and ran.
Yeah, ran
Everyone is
into
out.
all the boys. The boys were all just like wandering around the woods. She found two younger campers at one
Yes.
point. It's like, what are you girls doing out? Get back to your cabin.
And she had to walk them back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am interested how the rest of this summer goes for Holly.
I mean, yeah, like things with Geri have not been resolved.
And now that she's official with
And now they're in
Nick,
and she's with Nick and they're in the cabin together.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. But you
So
know
now
what?
she's
She's not
not
afraid
scared
of
of
snakes.
she's not scared of snakes anymore. This is a win.
Yeah, things are looking up. Oh, I just love it. This was really fun. This is such a fun read.
Oh, this was a good one. I was going to say, how many knives out of 5 are we giving this?
I would say that as far as these Fear Street books go, I mean, I'd give this a 4 or 5 out of 5. I think
I
this
was
was a
thinking
really
that
good
too.
one.
I
Yeah.
think so too. I think this is a 5 for me. This and Halloween Party, I think, are like some of my
Oh,
favorites so far.
Halloween Party was wonderful. I loved that one.
That villain speech, that villain
Um,
reveal, top tier.
so good. What about prom dress is Fear Street also, correct?
Prom Queen.
Prom Queen, maybe
That
prom dress, maybe it was Christopher Pike. One, I don't know, but
maybe.
really great. Really, really just fun.
Yeah, that one's coming up.
Okay, cool.
I'm excited for that one.
Uh-uh.
Um, well, Liz, thank you so much for doing this me. Where can people find you online? I know you've been busy
Yeah.
creating,
Yes.
busy writing.
Thank you. Ghostsintheburbs.com. It pretty much has all the links to my podcast, to my books. This October, I'm doing something. I've kind of been shifting over. Typically, I do, my premise is I'm interviewing my neighbors and they tell me their haunted house stories. But I've been shifting over to kind of longer form stories. And this October, I'm going to have actually something based in the woods as well, and it's going
Ooh.
to be more along this kind of track of it's a monster story. There's a ski resort that's been updated, and that ski resort also overlooks a lake, and something's in the woods, and that's just my favorite kind of thing. So I thought I'd do that. So it's a story I'll tell over several episodes of my podcast.
Oh, awesome. I am
Mm,
very excited for that. Like I
thank
said,
you.
thank you again for coming on here and talking Fear Street and Lights Out.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
It
Thank
was.
you.